Hello and welcome, and thank you for investing your time into listening to my video. And today it's all about movies, and I'm going to teach you how to talk about movies. Very well, let's get started, shall we? I'm going to read a conversation now. It is short, it is simple, but it is advanced, it is native, it is unique. Then I'm going to explain it to you, and hopefully you'll improve and you'll feel happy. And you know, happiness appears when you are being improved. Very well, let's get to it then. Okay. I had to sit through some atrocious sentimental movie that Frankie wanted to see on TV last night, called Love in Summer. Oh, I saw that. Yes, it was tedious, wasn't it? Full of cliches, you know, all men are shallow, dishonesty is bad, and etc. Yes, it was all terrible. Feeble jokes, wooden dialogue, and the acting was very mediocre. And Jack Burns was totally miscast as the romantic lead, wasn't he? Yeah, he was dire. And Meg Lovett was pretty unconvincing too. I don't know why I watched it all the way through. It was utter rubbish. But this was all the conversation. Now let's get back to the part one. It says that I had to sit through some atrocious sentimental movie that Frankie wanted to see on TV last night. Atrocious means awful. So, if you see a very bad and awful movie, from now on, you have to say atrocious. Or a play or a film. You use atrocious. And whenever you are talking about movies, whether it is that you are talking with your friends or you are taking IELTS exam. So if the movie was awful, you have to say atrocious. So remember that. Now let's move to the next part. So the next part says it was tedious. Now tedious means boring, not interesting. For example, a tedious long film. You see, it means boring. And then it says full of cliches. So cliches means something that does not have any meaning any longer because you already know that, or whatever the reason it is. It's something that it doesn't have any meaning any longer. So, and it has two examples for you here. It says, like, you know, all men are shallow and dishonesty is bad and etc. So, all men are shallow and dishonesty is bad. You know, these are the cliches. These are the things that you know. So it doesn't have any meaning any longer because it is not effective. Now, then it says all men are shallow. Now, what does shallow mean when we refer someone as shallow? Shallow means, well, it's a very popular phrase, you know, in pop culture. But the first being a lack of depth in thinking, and the other is inability to mentalize, like to understand one's emotions or the emotions of others. Okay, so if somebody's telling you that you are shallow, it means that you cannot think, you cannot understand me or my emotions. And sometimes in some part they call it, you know, it's equal to that you are a dead person or you are cold. It means that you have zero understanding of mine's, you know, emotions. Anyway, move on to the next part. And then it says, yes, it was all terrible. Feeble jokes. Now, feeble jokes means weak jokes, because jokes usually accompany sense of humor. So if you are telling a joke or if you are hearing a joke, which there is no sense of humor in that, it is a feeble jokes. We have these kind of things usually in the media, like, you know, the films, the movies, the plays, even the books, the novels. So from now on, if you are if you hear or if you are telling yourself a joke that there is no sense of humor in that doesn't accompany any sense of humor, it means it is feeble. So you have to say feeble jokes. Okay, and then the next part, it says wooden dialogue. So wooden means that not showing enough expressions, or like emotions, movements, you know, especially when performing in public or you see that on TV. So if you are seeing a movie that, you know, the dialogue doesn't affect you, or you think of it like Oh, the dialogue was weak. You cannot say weak. You cannot say awful. You have to say the dialogue was wooden. Like, I remember the part of a movie, this movie that it's very popular movies, the Fast and Furious. Well, in that movie, there were many great conversations, but we don't say strong conversations. We have to say lively conversations, okay? You know, the opposite of wooden. Okay, the next part says that the acting was very mediocre. Now, mediocre means not very good. And the synonym is like, you know, second rate. For example, I thought the book was pretty mediocre, but it didn't turn out that way. So, or for example, a mediocre student. So, the acting was very mediocre. It means was not very good. It was second rate. It could be better. You see? And then it says, and Jack Burns was totally miscast as the romantic lead. Now, miscast is a very important word that you must use during your speeches or your IELTS exam test, that you are talking about it, because these are the vital words that you have to learn and, you know, work on it and practice on them. So, miscast means to choose an unsuitable actor to play a particular character in a play or film. For example, she was hopelessly miscast in her last film, means it was not her place to play that role. So, let your mind to grasp how the structure and the word is working together. Okay? Now, and another example, for example, but the story has been twisted and the character is grossly miscast. It means the characters, they were not in the right place, you know, in the right time, you know. Okay, the next part of the conversation, it says that, yeah, he was dire. Now, dire means very serious. Okay, so from now on you have to say dire. And then it says, and Megalovic was pretty unconvincing too. So unconvincing means not real. She couldn't play and act well. So it means not real. I don't know why I watched it all the way through. It was utter rubbish. So utter means, you know, complete. Like, you know, that's utter nonsense. Means it's complete nonsense. So it means complete as an adjective. And then altogether, you know, utter rubbish means useless. Okay? It means it was a waste of time. It was useless. So, but this is how you have to say it when you are talking about movies, or you are, you know, taking your IELTS speaking test. These are the necessary things. You have to bring out these vocabularies in front of your examiner, and you have to show yourself in a very correct way. The IELTS exam is all about accuracy. 90% of that is accuracy. The 10% is just work. Anyway, very well now. I guess this is it. And I'm going to see you next time. So, until then, you have a magnificent day. And good luck with your education and your life and your studies. And Happy New Year. And again, thank you for investing your time into listening to my video. Please share and like my video. Please like it and share it and let everyone know about my video and my Instagram. Until another time.